Rachel Vanik. Welcome to my mini show, day 1. So I guess we'll do a bit of an introductory. I hope you all are having a fantastic Tuesday. It is beautiful out here. I live in Southwest Iowa, and it's sunny, and it's just warm and gorgeous. I'm loving it. So I guess kind of to start off, so I'm a medium, and you can find me on Facebook at Medium Rachel Vanik. And then my website is right there, and my email address is mediumrachelvanik@gmail.com. Please feel free, if you have any questions that you would ever like to be answered, go ahead and send me a message. So a little bit about me is I have been connecting with spirit ever since I can remember. My earliest memory would be in my crib and standing up, and I would see like heads above the crib. Like they weren't like fully formed just yet. They were like, how do I explain it? Almost like a blue glow. So it was like a glow of a soul is what it was, just heads around my crib. And then as I got older, I would keep seeing them. And then I'd be at my grandparents' house and I'd see them around the beds there. So me thinking this is kind of like normal, and it's been at my house, and then now it's at my grandparents' house, which is where I live now. I asked my grandma, she was tucking me in. I'm like, Grandma, what is this? Like, do you see these people too? And she paused for a moment and she's like, I talk to angels. That's all she said. That was it. So I'm like, what? Like, tell me more. What is this? What is that? So then growing up, I realized it was something that not a lot of people talked about. And I just kind of thought everybody did it and it was normal. So fast forward to my adulthood, I mean, I'm at this point where I like couldn't go into banks, places with a lot of traffic, like banks, post offices, even sometimes shopping. So I would like do my shopping at like midnight when nobody was at Walmart. That's when they were open 24/7. And then I'm watching television show one time, and there's something about a medium. It was Teresa Caputo was on. I'm like, there's a name for that? And it was one of her shows where she talked about herself. I'm like, huh? So this isn't just like how people are? So then I started asking questions, and to friends and stuff, they're like, no, we do not see that. Some do, some did. And then others did not. And I'm like, oh, okay. So then I did some more research and met with some fantastic teachers that helped guide me along the way. And so now I can go into public places. I learned how to like control that, how to recognize that that's spirit coming in. Souls are wanting to talk. And like when they see a beam of light, they're like, hey, I'm here. And now I can be like, hold on now. Just wait so I can give you some space. So spirit presents themselves in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's smelling, or they show a picture of themselves, or they're standing right here sometimes. And then like a feeling, a sensation, or they might show a memory. More recently, like what I have been doing a lot of was seeing them very clearly. And so I would be able to do a description. And then more recently, like yesterday, I did a reading. And so our souls were blending, our auras were blending, our energy. And it was like they swooped in, like right here. And like I felt the energy shift. I'm like, whoa. I mean, it was almost like this person was sitting on top of me. And then they were like doing their own hand gestures, and they were just talking. Like, I'm getting hot, like talking about it now because it's just so much energy. And then that happened again today with a reading. And I'm like, this is something new. Spirit changes every day how they want to come through. Me as the medium, I'm just the middleman. I just sit here and they run the show. What I do is kind of step aside and let them do their thing. And so this show right now reminds me this is probably going to embarrass myself too much on here. But you know, like when you go back to school and like the teacher's like, oh, you know, nobody knows each other. They've been gone all summer. and they have each classmate like stand up and talk about themselves and what they did that summer and their family. And like that's how this feels right now. It's like, hi, my name's Rachel. So I hope that I am answering some things about mediumship for people. Everybody's different. I didn't know until I was in my 20s, what it was and how to maneuver it. And I think next week we'll be taking callers. So I'm really excited about that. So be sure you get the number here. See my nerves and like spirits kind of coming in like, do we want to talk about this? Do we want to talk about that? So they're kind of pointing to me that there's like different levels. Like there's here where we're at, and then there's the spirit world then. And they're kind of guiding for me to talk about like the astral plane, which I'm still learning about myself. But like an experience the other night, I was laying in bed and I was like kind of asleep, and I thought that my husband had let the dogs in. Because I like felt like this dog kind of jumping up on me. And so then I fully woke up and I asked him, and he's like, no, like I'm sitting on the couch eating. Okay. So I'm like, I know nothing much about that. Like maybe it was one of my dogs that have passed away were coming to say hi. But then yesterday I'm sitting in the chair, and over to the left of me, the kind of the corner of my eye, is like this like gray matter like floating by is what it looked like. And it was like a fun loving energy. And that was something I hadn't seen before. So it felt like it kind of came towards from like this little astral plane, just kind of to say hey, and then it went back. But my first instinct was like, well, maybe that's an animal. And that's one thing I want to point out too, is that yes, animals do come through in readings. They are very much still a part of your life. I know when we think of mediumship, we think a lot about people and their souls, but also animals. They do come through. I have a cat of mine, and she used to wake me up every morning by putting her nose on my nose, especially when the baby would wake up. And then, so the cat passes on. And like a month later, I'm woken up by the cat on my chest, waking me up. And then my daughter woke up. So sometimes it's quick glimpses like that they come and visit. And I think the most important thing to remember is that spirit is filled with love, and that they're always around us. They're always ready to talk. They're just wanting to be there. I can't ever guarantee who comes through during a session because spirit runs the show. Yeah. So next week we will have callers for sure. Yeah. If anybody has any questions, I'm so sorry. This is fun and nervous. What else? I could talk about the spirit world all day though. The spirit does come through with signs sometimes for people, like a lot of the time. And it's noticing it. It's being like, oh, okay, that's what that moment was, instead of just, brushing it off like, oh, that's a coincidence. Spirits around all the time. They do try to drop signs, and you can always just ask your loved ones too. I know one of my signs from a grandfather of mine, we used to listen to Crystal Gale. And so whenever I get down, if I'm feeling sad, feeling down and out, my radio station would come on, and there'd be a song from Crystal Gale playing, and she doesn't play very often. So it's one of those things that I finally learned to acknowledge that, like, okay, hi, Grandpa. So sometimes they play with your radio, or a lot of times, there's butterflies or pennies. The other day, I took my daughter skating, And we were both kind of nervous. Like her skates didn't feel real good, and we didn't have a helmet with us, and we were just kind of nervous. But I mean, I was with her every step of the way, and she was so excited and so determined to learn how to do this that then when she almost fell, but not quite, she went down on a bench that she had been touching for a whole 20 minutes. She finds 2 pennies, and she's like, it's from heaven. She's like, that's her little sign. Like, okay, good, I got this. And then you know what? And then she nailed it. Yeah, let's bring in a caller. So yeah, so that was kind of neat that she acknowledged that the pennies, and then I'm like, oh, that pennies. So sometimes it's something as simple as that and small. It's just noticing in those moments. And so a lot of times chills can come in. I know I get chills like I'm trying to explain it. It's like a confirmation chill. Let's say I'm speaking with somebody and they have a question, or the spirit's like, yes, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and they'll send these confirmation chills, and then that'll be relayed. And so that's neat when that happens. It's like, okay, all right, here we go. One thing I had noticed growing up too, that I would see colors. So I don't know if you all have ever tried maybe this exercise, like to meditate, close your eyes. And I found it's not completely usual to always do that, but you can see energy and kind of play with the colors is what we call it here at home, is playing with the colors on people's energy and seeing their auras. And that you can feel some things from that sometimes. One color that I see often is purple. And I do associate that with the spirit guides being around for me personally. And so that's neat. Hi, Anshal. Anshal in Toronto,
Hey,
Ontario, Canada is. Hi.
how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good, not too bad.
Oh, good, good. What is it you would like to hear today? Are you looking to hear from a loved one?
Yes, because right now I could use some guidance. At this point of time, my every area of my life is kind of blocked. It's like nothing is moving, neither my professional and my personal. So I could use some guidance.
Okay. What I feel coming in, and she's kind of coming right here. It's a female energy. She wants to express herself. She's almost got a mothering tone to her about her. And she feels very sweet, and she provides a sense of calm. And she's like showing me like her hands going right here. So she's like centering with like pink, like she's showing me like a pink love. And wait, is this female resonating before I go on?
Um, no, I think the last female
She's kind of,
I remember is my grandmother only.
and she's kind of coming over here to the cheek, and she's kind of wanting just to pet your cheek. And she just has this feeling, overwhelming feeling of sweet and a sense of calm. And she's like looking forward and ahead. And she's just like throwing her arms up and around. She's like providing a peace and sense of calm for you. She's like, she can feel this at times too. When she starts to get overwhelmed and stuff, she can feel almost like this big hug coming. And to recenter yourself, she wants you to recenter is what she's showing. She keeps going in this sort of like recenter. And then there's like this scent of like faint flowers. Like if she always kept like one in a vase around because she's showing like a bouquet that she would keep filled.
Okay. I'm trying to think who that could be because the only female energy I know about is my grandmother. That's it.
Did she keep a vase filled with flowers around?
No, she didn't, and that's why I'm a little surprised because besides that, I don't have very close um, family from the female side. It's my dad who passed away a long time back. I was very close to him, but not the female energy.
Not the female energy. Okay, there's definitely female energy. That is just wanting to say hello and to stay focused and centered. Let's see. I'm sitting here seeing if there's anybody else who'd like to come forward. She's just still just kind of sitting here. Like she doesn't know you. Yeah, I'm still stuck on her. She's just showing more now of her full frontal face. It just, and she kind of goes like her nose is kind of like this. She was a put together gal, almost like she wasn't large by any means, but she was like sturdy and healthy, and she's like I was full. And she has very nice skin. And she's kind of pointing that out. So she cared about her appearance. And she liked that. And she's like, I know you. But no buts.
It doesn't definitely not like my grandmother. Probably somebody else I'm not aware of.
Okay. Okay, we'll ask her. We'll see if she'll move aside. And then there's a small young male energy that comes up and he puts his hand on my leg. So he's short, he's young. Does a young male energy resonate with you? He comes up to be on my right side. And he pats his hand down and he's just like, no young male energy. I would say he's okay. Yeah. He's got dark brown hair and he's like wearing like almost like an overalls. It's dark. Maybe we just have some floaters today. But I just so appreciate you calling. Is there? I mean, okay. So hopefully this will make sense in a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, or maybe not at all. Do you have any questions? I'm going to try to recenter.
Yeah, I was just no, that's fine. I guess nobody wants to give me a guidance right now. But my question was yeah, my question was about my personal life right now. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. I was like, it doesn't mean that there's nobody here immediate level that wants to connect with you. It's just they're not coming through right now to me this moment.
Yeah,
and it could be my nerves. I'm nervous. Okay.
No, that's fine. That's
So maybe
fine.
everybody should try.
That's okay. No, I was a little concerned about my personal life. I'd like, at this point of time in my life, I'm on a crossroad and I have no answers to how to move forward or which direction to move forward. So I was hoping if I could get some guidance towards some direction.
So I'm so writing down as we're talking. This female is still here, and she's like, yes, guidance. And she shows even more pink. So I haven't had this happen for. Maybe she's a guide of yours, is what she's saying. Is because she's a close female energy. And still so much color pink. And she's like, the road is paved. The road is paved. It's are you paying attention to the road being paved? She's like, it's there and it's there. And we can help give her signs, but they can't ever tell you, and they won't. Spirit won't ever tell you what to do.
Right. Okay. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm like, she's still here and she's holding steady and she's. Are you associated with the color pink?
The color pink? No, it's like nothing specific.
She keeps coming back like, maybe like follow your heart. The path is there. Like and now she's doing this, and I'm like, ah.
Okay, and what's her message then? Like, she's so insistent. Probably let's look at the message. What
she just keeps going back to like her heart and showing pink, and she's just like, the path is there. I mean, it's like a follow your heart. Do that. She's like, the path is here. And then over here, there seems like sometimes I see things as like a family portrait. And there comes an older female. I wouldn't call her older. And she has this long, dark brown hair. And she's coming forward and she's almost like just looking straight forward. She doesn't have much words to say.
Mm-hmm.
And her hair is long. And she's pointing at that. And then she just kind of stops, like centering her feet. Does that woman resonate with you? I'd say maybe in her 40s. She looks pretty young. Yeah.
As I said, I just had like two grandmothers, one from my mom's side, one from my dad's side, and they both passed away when they were in their 70s and 80s. So those are the two female energies which were close to me. So besides that, I don't think so. Any female energy I was close to.
And it might not be somebody that's close to you. It might not be spirit sometimes. But I tell people it could be somebody who you haven't talked to since elementary school. Or it could be a neighbor that you had who two blocks down. I wish that I could say, hey, immediate family members, come here now. But sometimes it could be the guy at the grocery store, his grandfather or somebody that passed. But it'd be somebody that you see, so that would be the connection. They do. They just kind of do what they want. The female energy over here, and she's wearing a long white gown. I want to say gown, like almost like a nightgown. And then she has the dark brown hair. Does she resonate?
No, as you said, not the close family, but then it's somebody from the extended family. I don't even remember them.
Okay.
That's all right.
Oh, it's about time for me to get off of here before they cut us off. Thank you for letting me connect. I hope that
No problem.
these people find a way
Thank you.
to help you. Thank you so much.
That's okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Call again. Thanks everybody for bearing with me today. My nerves. This has been neat. I cannot wait until next week. Thank you everybody. And find me on Facebook, Medium Rachel Vanik. And then my email address is mediumrachelvanik@gmail.com.